About 2 days after you have made your first batch of soap, you're going to have to answer the question, how am I going to cut these bars of soap? And there's a few different options. We're going to go over today some of the lower tech options, one of the more higher dollar options, and I'm going to show you the soap cutter that I absolutely love and I would totally recommend for you as you are cutting your first batches of soap. So let's dig in and do some soap cutting together. When you're first getting started with soap making, your soap cutter might be pretty low tech and it might look just like this. If you're going to cut your especially your very first loaves of soap, make sure you have a straight blade knife and a cutting board. But that's really all you need, and you can absolutely cut some bars of soap just like this. Watch, how wide you want your bar to be, and we're just going to go straight down and then pull the knife back. And if you kind of slide the bar off, that will make a very lovely bar of soap. Now there are some variations you can do of this same thing. If you wanted to purchase a crinkle cutter like this, you can make some lovely bars of soap with a little bit more definition in the cut there. And I do like, with this cutter, I feel like I can go a little bit more straight up and down. The knife, sometimes it can be a little bit harder to navigate that straight up and down. But with a crinkle cutter, I feel like I'm a little bit more accurate with that. So these are a couple of the very low tech, low dollar options for getting that first batch of soap cut, and in a very lovely way. One of the first questions we get from our beginning soap makers when they are just starting to cut their soaps is, how do I get my soaps to be an accurate weight or a consistent weight? And this is something that everyone struggles with when they're first getting started. And there's a lot that alters the weight of the soap. This is important, especially when you are starting to label your soap, because you want those soap weights to be as consistent as possible so that your labeling isn't just all over the board. But their question is, how do I get my soaps? I'm struggling to get my soaps to be a consistent weight. And although like the size, the width of your mold, the height of how high you make the soap, all plays into that. But when you're dealing with one loaf, one batch, the thing that is really going to help you dial in keeping your bars a consistent weight is having one of these. Now this is a loaf soap cutter. Mine is from Soap Cutter Pro. I got it on Etsy. And if you go on Etsy, you can see all different kind of versions of this. I'm going to show you the pieces of this cutter that I like the best, but it's not like only unique to this cutter. You can find different cutters that are some version of this and are all going to give you about the same result. Now what's neat about this cutter, this is a 1-inch bar, like the bars will be 1 inch thick. That's how the wires are spaced. And with this one, you can just do the whole loaf all at once. Now, the neat thing about this is the cuts are going to be straight up and down. So there's no chance of having a bar that's kind of, base heavy or looking like a piece of pie. And because of that, that the cuts are going to be straight up and down, and they're going to be a consistent width. So then, the chances of each bar being a consistent weight is also much greater. So this is one of the reasons that we tell our soap students, get a cutter, make the investment. It's going to save you so much pain and heartache when it comes to labeling your soaps. So this is my favorite part of soap making. Well, I actually kind of like all the parts, but this is a really fun part where you get to cut the loaf and see what the inside of that batch really looked like. I know what I had in my head but when you're pouring it from the top, you just don't know exactly what you're getting. So it's so fun to get in here and get a look at these bars and yeah, just see what we've got. Now, I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but these are each 1-inch cuts. And because the top of the bar is pretty flat, it's all kind of it's consistent from bar to bar. These bars are likely going to be very similar weights, which will make labeling them super easy. So the pieces of this soap cutter that I really like, there's a couple things that I would really recommend that you look for in your soap cutter as well. One is these wires that are spaced at 1 inch to cut the bars are all, there's tensioners here on the end. And I love, these actually look to me like either like guitar tensioners maybe, but they're very easy to turn, they're very easy to tighten. And you want to keep your wires pretty tight because that's gonna, if they are not tight, then they kind of wiggle when you're using them, and that allows more variation in the cut of your bar. It's not going to help keep those bars uniform and straight up and down. So you want to keep your wires nice and tight. The other piece that I very much like is this open space on the end. You can see that the arms of the cutter come up. So then I could actually like have a loaf of soap that was longer than this. I can still cut the bars, and this part, like this metal part, isn't going to hit the rest of the soap as it's coming down. So I really like this openness so that you could use a mold that is longer, and even though the cutter isn't that long, you could still cut that loaf of soap and not smush it with the ends of your cutter. So let's go ahead and see how this works. Now with this loaf of soap, it's plenty short enough that we're going to get it all cut in one swipe. I need to adjust on the bottom here, adjust the loaf so that it's going to land right, and I'm going to get the most bars possible out of this loaf. This was in a 10-inch mold, so hopefully I'm going to get 10 1-inch bars of soap. Also, if you've cut soap before this loaf, just run your fingers down the wires here and knock off any other soap smudges, especially if the soap you did previously was a different color. You can get streaks of that other color on your soap bars when you're cutting this. Now, this one is pretty simple. We're just gonna go straight down here. Now, this is a little bit harder of a push than the last loaf that I did. There we go. And I have seen cutters that have handles that come out here as well, which would give you a little bit more leverage. I feel like this is good for us, but if you feel like you need like a little bit more, the ability to push down on it a little bit harder, those handles would just give you a little bit more leverage. Now let's go ahead and look at what we've got in this batch. All right, let's see what we've got in this batch. I haven't peeked, so we'll get to experience this together. Oh, that's a fun. I was wondering about using the brighter color in the middle, and that's fun. I love the little swirlies and how they came out. Again, this is so much fun. You never know what you're gonna get here. I have had a batch of soap, this was several years ago, but where we cut it and the inside of it looked just like an owl's face, which is so funny because how would you ever get that to happen on purpose? But if you think about it, what each bar looks like is determined by how you position the loaf. Because if I moved that cut over 1/8 of an inch, this swirl would appear different. So lots of things impacting how these bars of soap come out and what they look like on the cut edge here. So when you're first getting started with soap making, you might need to use the knife or the crinkle cutter, and that's totally fine. But one of the tools that I really recommend that beginners invest in right away as soon as it's possible is a good soap cutter of some kind. It's really going to help your bars be uniform, have the cuts be straight up and down, and really help them have that professional look that everybody is looking for very early on in their soap making. So this tool will really help you with that. Now, like I said, it doesn't have to be this one exactly. There are other versions of this. And if you go on Etsy.com, you'll see all different varieties. Just know that for me, I'm looking for like tensioners that look like they're good quality, and also this open end that helps you be able to do a longer batch of soap without mushing into it with the edges of the cutter there. Now, I have seen other cutters that are kind of a happy medium between the two, where it's the same kind of idea, but it's only one wire and they're cutting one bar at a time. And if that's something that you feel, and I think there are like guides on the bottom to make sure you're moving your soap in, that it's a nice straight cut, but you're just making one cut at a time. Those are certainly more inexpensive, and if you need to go that way, I've seen lots of soap makers who are cutting one bar at a time and just really giving each bar kind of some individual attention that way. And if that's something you'd like to do, I would absolutely think that those would get you the same kind of cut, just at a little slower pace. So that's kind of a happy medium between the two. If you would like to get more soap making tips like this, we have an email list that you can join, where we're just giving you soap tips just like this every week, and also making sure that you're aware of any opportunities, any fun events that we're hosting, things that are coming up that you can be a part of to really help grow your soap making skills as well. So the link to that email list is in the comments of the video, in the description of the video. Click on that, join our email list. We would love to see you there and just keep getting you what you need to continue growing your soap making skills. In our next video, we're going to talk all about the curing process for these soaps. I have a whole stack of soaps here, and we need to do some very specific things with them to make sure that they cure well, and we've got nice hard bars of soap to sell to our customers in the end. So curing soap is our next one. I hope to see you there.